From the heat of Kingston's dancehall scene to the quiet discipline of Long Island, Shabba Ranks represents a rare kind of evolution. Once known for a booming voice that helped shape global dancehall culture, Shabba now lives far from the spotlight, choosing structure over spectacle and privacy over applause. His New York life isn't about retreat, it's about control, reflection, and values earned through experience. To understand how he arrived here, we first have to go back to where it all began, his rise. His dominance, and the career that made his name unavoidable. Born Rexton Ralston Fernando Gordon on January 17, 1966, in Sturge Town, St. Ann Parish, Shabba Ranks was shaped long before fame ever found him. He was raised in Seaview Gardens, a tough Kingston neighborhood where survival demanded confidence, volume, and presence. His father, Ivan Gordon, worked as a mason and passed away in 1990. His mother, Constance Mama Christie, remained in Seaview Gardens even after her son's success, using the money he sent home to support neighbors and quietly uplift the community. That sense of responsibility would later follow Shabba across continents. Shabba entered music in 1985 as a dancehall DJ, or toaster, performing under the name Copilot as a protege of veteran selector Josie Wales. In Jamaica's sound system culture, subtlety didn't survive. Shabba learned to project power, not through melody, but rhythm, authority, and raw delivery. By the late 1980s, his reputation spread beyond the island through collaborations with Jamaican artists like Coco T and Crystal, while also catching the attention of American acts such as Chuck Berry, KRS-One, and Chub Rock. His early releases laid the foundation quickly. In 1988 alone, he dropped Rough and Rugged, with Chaka Demus, Rappin' with the Ladies, and Best Baby Father. A year later, Holding On followed, and with it, a major turning point, a global recording deal with Epic Records. For a hardcore dancehall artist, this was unprecedented. Jamaica had exported reggae before, but not like this. The 1990s turned Shabba Ranks into a global force. His 1990 album Just Reality introduced Dembow, produced by Bobby Digital Dixon, a rhythm that would later become the backbone of reggaeton across Latin America. Suddenly, Shabba wasn't just topping charts, he was influencing genres. Albums followed in rapid succession, as Raw as Ever reached #1 on the US R&B albums chart. XTRA Naked and Rough and Ready cemented his crossover appeal. Singles like Mr. Loverman, Ting A Ling, Slow and Sexy, and The Jam blended Jamaican grit with American hip-hop and R&B, landing him in heavy rotation on MTV and US radio. By 1993, Shabba Ranks was one of the most commercially successful dancehall artists in the world. But success came with consequences. Controversial lyrics and public statements, particularly around homophobia, sparked international backlash. A 1992 appearance on The Word intensified criticism, leading to cancelled tours and pressure from Sony Music. Shabba later apologized, acknowledging the harm such messages could cause. Still, the accolades were undeniable. 2 consecutive Grammy Awards for Best Reggae Album in 1992 and 1993. After being dropped by Epic in 1996, Shabba stepped back. He released Get Up Stand Up and Shabba Ranks and Friends, then shifted into selective appearances rather than full-scale comebacks, resurfacing with Busta Rhymes, A$AP Ferg, and later receiving Jamaica's Order of Distinction in 2016. By 2024, he was back on major festival stages, not chasing relevance, but being invited by it. And with the noise behind him, a new question emerged. How did all that success translate into lasting wealth? Income and net worth. Today, his estimated net worth sits just under $3 million, a figure that may surprise those who remember how dominant he once was on global charts. But Shabba's wealth tells a different story than typical celebrity success. The foundation of his earnings comes from album sales and long-term royalties. During his Epic Records peak between 1989 and 1995, Shabba generated an estimated $500,000 to $1 million in cumulative income from physical and digital sales alone. Gold certifications in the US brought advances in back-end royalties, while today, streaming platforms quietly continue the work, paying modest per-play rates, but adding up through decades of global listens. On average, his catalog still brings in $100,000 to $200,000 annually, depending on usage and licensing cycles. Publishing and licensing have proven even more durable. As a songwriter, Shabba earns from radio airplay, international performance rights, and sync placements, including film soundtracks like Addams Family Values and continued sampling by modern artists. These passive streams have generated an estimated $200,000 to $500,000 over his career, with $50,000 to $100,000 per year still flowing through BMI and ASCAP collections. Songs like Mr. Loverman have effectively become financial assets. Live performances once fueled major income as well. In the 1990s, international tours and festival runs brought in $300,000 to $800,000, and while he performs far less frequently today, his legacy status means select appearances still command $50,000 to $150,000 per show. He no longer chases stages, stages invite him. Endorsements and collaborations added another layer. Past brand deals, media appearances, and features with artists like KRS-One and Gill contributed an estimated $100,000 to $300,000 across his career. These opportunities have slowed, but they were never central to his financial identity. And with that stability came something more important than accumulation, a sense of responsibility, one that quietly redirected his resources back to the communities that shaped him, leading naturally into the story of giving back. Philanthropy. Long after he left Jamaica in the 1990s, Shabba continued sending money home to Seaview Gardens, the Kingston neighborhood that raised him. Much of that support flowed through his mother, Constance "Mama" Christie, who became a pillar of the community. With her son's remittances, she prepared and distributed meals to residents struggling with hunger and poverty. There were no banners, no donor walls, just food on tables. Locals often described Mama Christie as a tower of strength. And Shabba later honored her legacy through music and public tributes, making it clear where his values came from. He has also used his platform to advocate for HIV/AIDS awareness and education, particularly in underserved communities. At a time when stigma often silenced conversations, Shabba chose to amplify prevention and education efforts, lending visibility to initiatives that needed attention more than applause. After Mama Christie's passing in 2021, Shabba and his siblings discussed establishing a foundation in her name to continue community support for families in need. As of 2025, the initiative remains unconfirmed, fitting, perhaps, for a family that prefers action over announcements. Shabba Ranks Philanthropy doesn't chase credit. It reflects a belief that responsibility doesn't end with success, it begins there. And that same belief shapes how he lives day to day, away from stages and headlines, in the quieter space where family and personal life take center stage. Personal life. He has been married to Michelle Gordon since 1992, a rare constant in an industry built on movement and temptation. For more than 3 decades, Michelle has remained a steady presence, supporting his career while protecting the family's privacy. Together, they raised 2 sons, Rexton Jr. and Jawin, with a clear set of values: discipline, hard work, and self-direction. Their children's lives are intentionally kept out of public view, not out of secrecy, but out of respect. That instinct to protect family space became stronger as Shabba matured, especially after the turbulence of his peak years. His career was marked not only by awards and chart success, but also by controversy. In the early 1990s, lyrics such as those in Wicked Ina Bed and public comments on Channel 4's The Word sparked international backlash over homophobic rhetoric. The moment became a turning point, cancelled performances, industry pressure, and a public reckoning followed. Shabba later apologized, acknowledging that his words could be interpreted as endorsing violence, and that recognition carried consequences he did not ignore. That mindset explains where he lives now, not in places built to impress, but in spaces designed to preserve peace. To see how those values translate into walls, rooms, and routines, we step inside his New York home, where quiet is not an absence of success, but its final form. New York home, where silence is a statement. This is classic North Shore Long Island living: wide lots, mature trees, and neighborhoods that value discretion over display. The kind of place where success doesn't announce itself, it blends in. Set within the Willow Ridge Association, the property sits deep and private, buffered from the road, surrounded by calm that feels intentional. The house itself is designed for effortless living. Everything happens on the main level, a single-floor layout that favors flow and accessibility over unnecessary drama. There are 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms, arranged with flexibility in mind. A formal dining room anchors one side of the home, while a large living room with a fireplace defines the emotional center, warm, grounded, and built for long conversations rather than short impressions. One of the standout features is the dual-purpose bedroom office space. It's the kind of room that tells you this isn't a show home, it's a working one. A place for reading, thinking, and handling life beyond the stage. The kitchen is where discipline meets indulgence. A 5-foot commercial Viking oven with 6 gas burners, a grill, and a heavy-duty exhaust fan signals serious cooking power, not decorative luxury. A double-door Viking refrigerator, Bosch dishwasher, custom Omega cabinetry, and a massive central island make the space functional, clean, and quietly impressive. This is a kitchen meant to be used daily, not photographed occasionally. Downstairs, the spacious basement adds another layer of livability. A recreation room, an additional bedroom with a full bathroom, and extra flexible space allow the house to expand when family or guests arrive, without disturbing the main living rhythm upstairs. Outside, the property fully earns its reputation. A surrounding Trex deck leads into a flat, private backyard with a heated pool, fully fenced and set low for privacy. It's not built for parties, it's built for peace. Solar panel options help the home run efficiently, reinforcing a mindset that values sustainability over excess. Add low property taxes, a large attached 2-car garage, and a generous driveway, and the picture becomes clear, comfort without chaos. Bayville residents enjoy access to local beaches like Crete Beach, along with the parks and shoreline of nearby Oyster Bay. The Locust Valley School District adds another layer of long-term thinking, family-oriented, stable, respected. In a career built on volume, Shabba Ranks chose a house built on silence, and that silence isn't emptiness. It's earned peace, the final form of success. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes success doesn't have to be loud to be real. Your support allows us to keep telling stories with depth and honesty. And before you go, let us know in the comments, would you choose peace over applause? Until next time, thank you for being part of our journey.